Hello everyone, my name is Larseth, and welcome back to another episode of our Najd playthrough in Europa Universalis 4. Last episode we declared war on the Ottomans, because we are sort of running out of time. And pretty much what we're going to be doing this episode is trying in vain to take as many provinces from them as we can. Or specifically the provinces that we actually want. I'm going to march on down with this great big army and try and capture one of their provinces. Oh, sorry. Stack wipe one of their armies. Unfortunately, France managed to stack wipe one of mine down here, which is why I'm having to build another one. Another army, that is. Let's turn this down. So that's what I'm going to be doing there. Looks like this, I would imagine, is a fairly safe win, he says. He says, "You're a 3-star general, man. How can you possibly be doing this?" Oh my good God. Gain a general with 50 tradition. That's pretty nice. So let's get you. You're going to get defeated before I can even come close to you, aren't you? Why are they managing to wreck me so much? There should be no reason they should be able to do that. I want to make sure I split up this army because obviously it's quite a large one. Oh God. Are you absolutely kidding me? Oh my God, how am I losing these battles? My armies are not bad. Am I the bad one? Is that the issue? Right, so all of my armies need to come down here and regroup, essentially. Because I'm being given an absolute hiding at the moment. Like, nothing about that went right, basically. So, all my armies need to come back, recuperate, and sit behind forts for a little bit. Because this is not going terribly well. Maybe I should turn my attention to mopping up the Timurids. Right, you come down here, and you go there. Yeah, so I basically need to wait for a while for all of these armies to recuperate their manpower. It's absolutely disgusting how these guys can walk through multiple forts. I just don't understand it. Like, the whole point of a fort was to have a zone of control, meaning that surrounding stuff you cannot walk through. Every single province along this line is completely surrounded. Like, there is no lines between their provinces, and they can still just walk over it. It's seemingly however they please, which is insanely frustrating, as you might imagine. It would seem that they've brought... Oh, what are Austria even doing? I can basically now guarantee that there's no way we're going to get this achievement. Like, it's just not worked out how I was sort of hoping it was going to. Like, I was sort of hoping that with Austria and maybe also Commonwealth declaring war on people, that we would have a bit of an easier time of it. It makes no difference, so ignore coring distance. None of those apply to us. Yeah, they've managed to siege anchor here. I'm just going to start sieging down some of these Timurid provinces. Oh dear, one of my advisors has died. Which one? Admin power. Production efficiency would be quite nice. Although it was quite expensive. Right, let's get you all together. Oh my god, that is a disgusting number of troops. And it's a 3-star general. I mean, he's not as good as my 3-star general. I'm going to leave them there. If he wants to attack me, he's going to have to... If he wants to attack me, he's going to have to do it into that large stack down there. But at this point, there's basically nothing I could do to stop them from doing that. So let's have a look, see what they do. Yeah, they're going to absolutely wreck me. And I have no idea why. Like, I have a vastly superior army to them. In situations where my numbers have been superior to them, they've still beaten me with what seems like basically ease. So I would be lying if I said I wasn't just a little bit confused by the whole thing. But, like I said, and I've said this numerous times before, I am by no means brilliant at this game. I would think that's... Oh god. That was fairly obvious by now. Right, so let us... They need to take that province first. Jeez. Yeah. I am basically boned. I'm going to come down here and help and get rid of France out of Mogadishu, because as soon as Mogadishu come down, that's going to be a bit of an issue for me as well. As soon as they start losing. Like, I need them to, like, come down and siege a bunch of little tiny provinces. Okay. Oh, the Ottomans have got a frickin' massive doom stack. Right, you come down there. Because I need you to help out. Right, how's this doom stack down here going? Yeah, so I just don't have enough manpower to contend with the Ottomans. And now what's going to happen here is they're going to run this down here and, I would imagine, siege down all of that. So I think, and I just got stack wipe there, so that's swell. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to basically, I mean, obviously, you know, I'm not going to cease to exist by the end of this war or anything like that. But certainly the achievement run is dead. Like, I have no idea what the Ottomans would, what Austria were doing in the start of this war. They seemingly have pretty much not bothered. Let's just get infiltrate administration back. There we go. They've seemingly essentially just not bothered to, you know, show up. They literally at all. And what with the Ottomans, like, if you just saw there, they just walked through here and straight through my forts. What is up with that? That's not allowed. That's not how forts work. You can't just, like, have people go, oh yeah, no, you randomly walk through forts now. Sort of defeats the purpose of me building, you know, forts for, like, what was it, something obscene, like 723 gold or something like that, if they can basically just walk through them, which is essentially what they've just done. Almost makes you wonder what the point is in having them, to be honest. Let's devotion and prestige. Because, like, I can't win now. Like, what they're going to do is force me to, Like, I can't even get out of this war by conceding defeat. Like, they're going to demand back probably all their provinces. So this achievement run is over. And ends in complete and utter failure. Let's attack these guys. Just to stop them from sieging down that. Or at least delay it. Yeah, so let's... Yeah, they shafted me entirely. Entirely shafted me there. I mean, I kept that army, but I mean, they took back my whole string of forts. Well, they took back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 provinces. Basically. Did they take anything else back? No, so just... I mean, they may have taken some of this. I wasn't paying attention. But, and to be honest, I can't even remember what any of this looks like. But yeah, so that is it, essentially. I mean, I'm not even sure what the point is, really, in continuing. Yeah, they didn't take anything back off Austria. I'm not even sure what the point is in continuing. To be honest. Because there's literally nothing else we can do. How did that even affect their manpower? Let's have a look-see. Oh, wrong screen. So they didn't even get back down to like low manpower. Like they still had like 16k manpower left, unfortunately. Have we got advanced Casus Belli? Let's just go wreck Mamluks to make ourselves feel better. Let's go and take the rest of the Mamluks' land, make ourselves feel better about the horrible situation we just find ourselves in. Because there's nobody else we can attack. Because we got truces with everyone. Let's also split these guys up, because I've got very little manpower as it is. Not a lot to share around. Let's go! Finish it on a... I don't even want to say a high. That's not even a high. That's just like... That is abstract disgrace. That is complete disgrace. They must have been training their army, which is the only reason I managed to stack wipe them then. I can't see another reason why I would have been able to stack wipe them. So they must have been caught a really low morale. Cool. You go up there. Have you got any other forts? Cool. Do all that. Let's do that. And you can go there, and you can go there. The Ottomans have sent us an insult. I didn't even think they could do that. Surely we don't have a... We still have a truce. I didn't think you could send an insult while people still had a truce. Oh well, I guess you can, is the answer to that. Let's bring all these guys together and let's at least finish on something. Wow, this most pathetic victory ever, but it is a victory nonetheless. Ta-da! And let's go and finish off their army. Just to, you know... Ooh, and we got a movement speed buff. Entirely useless, but, you know, still. I wonder what we can demand of them. They're too big to be a vassal. Let's just take loads of provinces. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Oh, I can actually declare. I can actually, Cool. Sure. Take it all. I want it all. Give it to me now. Oh, God. Should have thought about this before I had to click all these buttons. I'm just thinking back on sort of the things we did throughout this campaign. Lose trade efficiency, I don't mind at this point. Like, you know, what would I have done differently? I think, you know, like sometimes where things in your games just don't go. Oh, I don't care. Anyone will do. You know, just don't go the way you were sort of hoping them to go. And sort of everything just sort of stacks up against you. Because essentially I pretty much feel like... Because, like, it's not like I wasted a bunch of time, like, not expanding or anything. Like, where the places I could go, like, there was nowhere I could go to expand. Up was the Ottomans. Timurids are over here who, like, normally they would break up into a bunch of states in a lot of games that, you know, they would explode. Less so than they used to. But normally that would happen to them. So they would be sort of easy pickings. But not only did that not happen, but the Ottomans allied them. So if I went to war with Timurids, I had to go with the war with the Ottomans. So that was a pain. But also, my allies are also allied with the Timurids. So it's not like I could even use them, really, to attack the Timurids. Going down into Africa, yeah, I got reasonably far. But, like, I mean, the land I just took off the Mamluks is pretty much worthless. Like, it's not expensive land. Or high development land. And France, I couldn't go to war with and beat on my own. Because they're allied, because they're allied to the Ottomans. So there was just this really awkward sort of, I can't really do much. I suppose what maybe I could have done is expanded up here. But then Nogai are also allied with the Ottomans. See how this works? Like, it just becomes a bit of a nightmare, really, because everyone in every direction is allied, basically, together. All of my enemies were allied together. All the people I needed to beat were all allied. Which, you know, that's a perfectly legitimate thing. That's exactly what you would do as the human player against, you know, an aggressive AI. You would ally with their rivals to give yourself an easier time of it. But when you're going against, you know, like, I mean, yeah, sure, I had a fair amount of troops, but when you're going up against the number of troops that the Ottomans and Timurids could field, like, that was vastly, vastly more than mine. Like, it's not great. Let's just arbitrarily chuck some buildings down. We love manpower buildings. Oh, what? My air died already. Literally only just came into power. 2,000 sailors, 2,000 manpower. That's fine. I'm just because I'm petty. Oh, somebody's already doing that. Albeit only until next year. Yeah, so the Ottomans... So the Ottomans' force limit was way more than mine. The Timurids obviously way less. But obviously they're allied, so it was all combined. And meanwhile, my allies, Austria, essentially could give the Ottomans a bit of a running for. But when you consider the fact that Austria, whenever I went to a war with the Ottomans, Austria would have to deal with France first, who I really didn't have to do all that much with. I'll go deal with them. Oh, come on, you can beat that. There'll be a bunch of wusses. So, like, Austria would have to deal with France first, meaning that, you know, they were not able to... Oh, dear. They were not able to help me with the Ottomans. So, by the time... I mean, it would have been a long time before I would, you know... I would have been trashed just like I was. I was absolutely trashed by the Ottomans way before I was actually capable of... Before Austria were done and were capable of helping me. And in the previous game... in the previous playthrough, what ended up happening was that Austria... you know, pieced out like long before they even got a chance, really, to attack the Ottomans. So, oh, somebody just did that. Let's slander their merchants, just because I don't like them. They smell. So yeah, I mean, certainly, I think the initial start of the game went really well. I think what needed to change, what needed to be different, was certainly like the mid game, like expanding a lot faster and taking advantage of... Oh, I'm still way ahead on that. Like expansion opportunities. But I mean, sometimes, you know, things just don't work out. You know, simple. Certainly I can pinpoint a number of battles that were entirely my fault, where I was just doing really poor micromanaging by like playing at high speed. Like normally, you know, rather than playing at, you know, like 3 speed during battles, which is entirely the right thing to do. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not arguing I'm doing this correctly. I do it completely wrong. But what you should do is, you know, play it slowly and actually, you know, pay attention. I'm incredibly impatient, and it comes back and it causes me problems. Because I normally, you know, will play, and then if I see something's going to happen, I'll pause it, normally. But the problem is even as little as a few days time can make the difference between your army escaping a province and not being stack wiped, and your army, you know, staying there and being stack wiped. And that happened a number of times. Now, would those things have changed the course of the war? Probably not. Because I can remember the times those happening were normally to a much smaller army. Oh dear. It was normally like one of my smaller armies that was happening to. So it's not like, you know, it was like a massive army happening to yada 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 yada. But there we go. See, the Ottomans, already, they are back to 255k manpower. Like, that just shows you how insane their manpower generation is. Because you also have to remember, like, they have national ideas that help them gain more manpower in total, which tends to explain, you know, why they have so many. And they've gone for quantity and quality and offensive. So the quality one is probably what explains why they were doing so well against me, I would imagine. But yeah, so I'm not terribly happy with how the game went in total. I think it certainly could have gone much, much better. But, you know, at the end of the day, it is just a game, and it is just intended, essentially, for fun. And, you know, I had fun playing it, even though we didn't get the achievements I wanted to. But there we go. A lot of lessons learned for next time. Chief among which is don't rely on any damn forts, because they do nothing. It seems. They're literally useless. They don't win you anything. But hey-ho. Oh, we got caught in the Ottoblob's territory. Let's infiltrate their administration. Just so we can do that for no apparent reason. Just to see where they all are. Let's get that as well. Hey, and I'm done with research. Oh, I'm of course, I'm still like one behind on like institutions, aren't I? So that would have cost me loads. Yeah, it's just because my institution spread is so poor. that I just wasn't getting through any of the institutions very fast. Oh well. Well, I'll play it till the end of the game. Truces have all ended. There's no point declaring war now. Because there is literally a year left. Or less than now, I believe. Let's have a look, see what my... So now I'm, still making 2,182 manpower a month. Corruption... And press, sure, whatever. Because what I will probably do, actually, at the end of this game, I think it gives you straight away the option to do the time-lapse. So what I'll probably do is just do a quick one of them. Because there's no point in wallowing in the shame that has this game has brought me. Show timeline, yes please. Right, cool. So yeah, obviously, the way we started off, there are... loads of avenues for expansion all over the place. But I mean, I'll just focus on this area and we can see it very fast. Otherwise, we will literally be here all day. But you can see, like, very quickly, like, we're starting to get into sort of mid-game now. And a number of, like, areas for expansion have been blocked off by other nations, to the point where I can't actually really get all that far. Like, so the Ottomans are already on one side, Timurids on another, and I make the most and take all the other stuff I can, so like Mamluks, Ethiopia, Ajam, places like that. But ultimately, like, Timurids completely cut me off by going straight up here. Completely and utterly. And the Ottomans, I was able to make, like, tiny amount of gains, but I was, without being able to convincingly beat their armies, I was never going to be able to get enough manpower, war score, sorry, to get the things I wanted, the provinces I wanted. But that, I think, well, I mean, it is basically it. That is the end of the end of the series, because we've hit the time limit. But as to what I play next, I literally have no idea. I might take a small break from EU4. Like, I don't mean like, months or anything like that. Just like a week or two maybe. And during that time, I'll think about maybe what nation to play as next. And if you have any ideas about what ones you would like me to try, or any achievements you'd like me to try and do. I emphasis on the word try, because some of the achievements are very hard. And, like, there's no way I could promise I'd be able to do that. So, like, Jihad, I think it's Jihad, the achievement, is getting 500 provinces converted to being, Sunni. There's just no way in hell I was going to do that. Like, I am not that anywhere near that good. So, yeah, I can try to do pretty much any achievement within reason. Some of them are just way out of my league. But yeah, so I hope you, even though we didn't get the achievement that I wanted to get, I hope that you enjoyed watching, at very least. And I will speak to you in the next series, whatever that might be. So, in the meantime, take care.